And there you can see the price is here much higher. So yesterday was the birthday of Bitcoin. We had yesterday 13 years ago, Bitcoin was founded. So the 3rd of January is where in 2009, Bitcoin has been launched. And I'm bringing up some, let me pop it up here. So what I came across when I was investigating the prices of the DFI token, as you know, you can swap here on the right upper corner. You're clicking on swap, and then you can swap between the tokens. And I just had a look on. I want to exchange DFI into DUSD. And usually, if you are investigating the price here on TradingView, I have here the DFI USD token. The current price of DFI USD is 3.344. And if we're going back to the Defi-Chain wallet and I'm entering here 1 DFI as the price, you can see here that the price here within the wallet is 2.9349. So for 1 DFI, I'm getting just 2.9 DUSD. And whereas versus the US dollar, we have a much higher price. So roughly 30%, 25 to 30% a higher price. That would mean if I'm changing here to DUSD, and I mean, the price is in both directions, so I don't have a loss if I'm doing this now. But what's coming up now during the month, during January, they are releasing an update which should ensure that the DUSD price on the swap token exchange is coming closer to the real price. The DUSD price here is just that low because of the demand and the supply. So there's a lot of supply for DUSD, and that's why the price is going down to 2.9 versus the other price versus US dollar on TradingView and on all other exchanges. So if you're entering Qcoin, for example, you will see that the DFI USD price is also 20 to 30% higher. What does it mean for us? Currently, it doesn't mean really a lot. But as soon as this next update is coming out, which should take place during January, it would mean that you immediately are losing 20 to 30% on your investments. And this is very important to know. Is there a workaround? There are two possible workarounds for that. The first would be that you are just doing nothing during the month until the whole thing is done, until the whole we have covered everything, until the whole thing has taken place, and then you are just going into liquidity mining again. You're just purchasing your tokens again. So you're staying in DFI only. You're selling all the other coins. You're staying in DFI only, in the DeFi token. And I will show you in a second how this will work. And then you can wait until we are telling you now it's time again to jump in. But there is another opportunity how you still can mine, you still can liquidity mine. You're getting the real USD price. So here I have this is called Crypto Sprungbrett, crypto-sprungbrett.com. And if you're clicking here on Defi-Chain stock token APR, the whole thing is in German, but you don't have to care about it. Just scroll down here to DUSD pools. And there you see all the pairs that are tradable, that are within the wallet and on Cake DeFi. And you see here an Oracle price. This is the Oracle price. And the Oracle price is mostly matching the prices on the exchanges. So let's bring up, I'm loading up my chain chart on TradingView. And bring up the DFI token, DFI USD. And as you can see, this is 3.347 something. And if I'm opening it here, it's the USD DFI 3.57. So it's even higher now on the Oracle price. The Oracle price is basically the price that's realistically, that's close to the real price from DFI to your USD on most of the other exchanges where you can trade DFI versus USD. And on the other hand, we have the DEX price. So this is the price that is on the decentralized exchange, that's on the Cake DeFi decentralized exchange, and on the Defi-Chain wallet. So those are decentralized. That means that due to the decentralization, it's an open market, and they're trying to keep it up as good as possible. But if there is a lot of demand or a lot of supply, the price on the DEX may deviate from the price that's traded outside of the DeFi chain ecosystem. And in this case, we're seeing here a price of 2.93. As we have seen before in the DeFi chain wallet, the price is much lower than it's traded here on the Oracle price. And the same thing goes for, if you remember, I was talking about DBNQ last week, and in the first week we talked about DPDBC. And there you can see the price is here much higher. So we have a difference of 21% here for DPDBC, and a difference for 23% on DVNQ, which is a lot. So that would mean if you're buying first DUSD versus DeFi, you have an immediate loss of 18%. And if you then buy DUSD versus Tesla, and all of them, they are coming back to the Oracle price, you will have then a loss in your investments immediately just by the prices coming back. So that's an important insight that we got during the last days and week. And it's important to have awareness about that, because then we can deal with it. So here you see my balances. What are my balances here? I have here now running two different liquidity mining pools. I have here running DPDBC versus DUSD, which is here, and I have DVNQ versus DUSD. Mm-hmm. For all of them, you need DUSD. So you have to exchange your assets into DUSD first. Mm-hmm. And from there, then you need some DPDBC, and then you need some DVNQ in my case. And from there, you can add to the liquidity pool. Okay. And then you get your rewards. And your rewards are showing up into the token here. So token, I resetted it. I think it was on Sunday. I resetted it the last time. And since then, I have gotten roughly 7 DFI in rewards. They're just coming in automatically because I'm liquidity mining. Mm-hmm. And now what I want to do now is I want to convert those tokens, those DFI tokens, into DUSD. I want to convert them into DPDBC, and I want to convert them into DVNQ, and I want to add them to my liquidity mining. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I have to calculate how many DFI I have to convert. I have to add my 6.9 tokens. I have to add them to the DUSD. I have to add them to the DPDBC and to the DVNQ first. That means I have 3 assets that I'm adding it on. So 6.9 divided by 3, who knows it? Challenge without calculating it in the calculator. So it's 2.3. So I have to convert 2.3 DeFi into DUSD. I have to convert 2.3 DeFi into DBDBC. I have to convert 2.3 DeFi into DVNQ, and then I have the same amount in all of them, and then I can liquidity mine the same amount on all of them. So I will do that now. I will go into the DEX here. Let's say we are doubling that, so we are getting 200% back, which means we're getting back 150. This is, who is agreeing, this is a good deal. If you're paying 5% and you're earning 200%, then you should put more money to work for you. So I would go here with 150, even though if I pay 5% in interest rate. So good, now we have reinvested everything. I don't have the USD anymore available, or just a little amount of the USD. And now it's time to get a loan. To open up a loan, to open up a vault, you can at any time you can switch the vault. So you can switch the loan scheme here. You can switch from 150 to 175 and back and forth. You can do that at any time you wish. It may be a good idea to go on a higher level, so maybe on 175, because if you are coming close to the liquidation, so you will see it afterwards. It always shows you where you are. Where are you currently with your collateral and versus your loan that you've taken. So, and if you're coming close to your liquidation, if you're coming close to the 175 or 200 or 150%, and you are in a level above, so at 200, you can go down one level more, or you can go to 150. So if you like, you can choose 175 to have some headroom. If you're coming close to the liquidation, then you will be able to go to 150. That's something we could do now. As said before, you can switch that afterwards anytime. So let's continue. Let's go to continue here. It says me, you are creating a vault. ID will generate once, blah, blah, blah. Centralized collateralization ratio is 175, interest rate 3. And one important thing as well, the vault fee is 2 DFI. And those 2 DFI are going into, one DFI is going into your vault, and the other DFI is burned. Burned means it is just disappearing. And the one DFI that is reserved for opening the vault, you will not see that in your vault. It is just deducted from your balance. And if you're closing the vault again, it will be added to your balance again on the screen here. So for now, let's convert some DPDBC back. I would like to swap here so that I have some DFI available. I go to swap here. So on the right corner, again, swap. I want to swap my DPDBC into some DUSD, enter amount. So how much do we need? Let's say 0.2 DUSD. Oh, let's say 0.344 is okay. 1% slippage. Continue. Confirm swap. Put in your transaction key. Authorized. And if this is confirmed, we can create the vault. Create the vault, 175. Any questions so far? So while we're waiting for the transaction to be completed, Do you have any questions we can cover? Yes. So I will continue with on the Defi-Chain block. You will see a detailed description and a manual of how you can set up the whole thing. So in the block on the Defi-Chain, you will find this this block entry, a step-by-step guide to decentralized assets. It's described here how to create a vault, how to add collateral to your vault, what can I do with my D tokens, and so on. So first of all, you click on loans as we did it before. Then you create vault. Then you see that screen here. And now we are coming to the next level. So the transaction is completed right now. So now we have switched here. We have exchanged here DFI. Now I'm okay. I'm 175 so that I have some headspace to get a level lower. Continue. Transaction type is create a vault, vault fees, so and so. Confirm, create vault. Authorized. And now this is another transaction. So every time you are creating a vault, this is a separate transaction. And in the next step, we have to add collateral to the vault. But as I have here spent everything in my assets, I'm unable to, I don't have any collateral right now. So I have to remove all my assets and bring them back to DFI. And how do I do that? I'm going here to the DEX, to the decentralized exchange again, clicking on the swap thing, clicking on the, first I have to remove the liquidity mining. So we're going to balances, we're going to the DBDBC DUSD, and we are saying remove liquidity. And then I can remove all the liquidity here. You're seeing immediately how much money you will receive in DUSD. So it's 272. And to be able to confirm this transaction, the other transaction has to be finished first. So first, I have to remove the liquidity out of the liquidity mining pools. Then I am transforming everything back to DFI. So I'm swapping everything back to DFI. And then I'm filling up my vault with the DFI. Then I'm taking out the tokens. I'm taking a loan in the DFI chain wallet, in the vault. And then I'm putting those tokens on liquidity mining again. So it's basically, afterwards, after the transaction has been completed, everything looks the same as it looks right now, with the only difference that if the price on the decentralized exchange comes closer to the Oracle price, I don't lose money. If I wouldn't do that, it's likely that I use at a certain point between 20 and 40% of my value. So it seems it's taking a little bit longer. Maybe we're switching back to this one here. So this is the screen after you have set up your vault. So if the transaction has been confirmed, this is what you see. This is your vault. Here you see the collateralization rate. You see the APR interest rate. And then you can add here collaterals. If you're clicking on add collaterals, all the tokens that you're owning are listed here. And be aware, if you are seeing here all the other tokens, if you're seeing here DUSD, remember you have bought DUSD for a worse price. So always switch back everything, swap back everything to DFI. So that you have, if you click on add collaterals, that you are just seeing here DFI. I would say that's important. After you have added collateral, you can click on loans, and then you can browse the loan tokens, which means you are adding, for example, DUSD. You have and you pay a price of $1 for that. So there is no difference between DUSD and USD. Same goes for DVNQ here, for example, or DQQQ or DSPY, which is the S&P 500 token, or Tesla token. So any token that you buy here, you get the Oracle price here. Then you are borrowing this token. You say how much you would like to borrow. It would be good to calculate the amount that you want to borrow according to the amount that you want to put on liquidity mining. So if you want to liquidity mine, as I did it, with two different liquidity mining pools, then you need DUSD, then you need the asset one, so DVNQ or DTesla, whatever it is, and a third one. So you're taking here, how much do you want to borrow? You just take a third or at a sixth, because we have 200% in collateralization. Then you just take a sixth. So if I'm transferring here 60 euro or 600 euro to the account, then I can borrow 300. And if I borrow 300 and I want to invest in 3 different assets, I take 100 per asset. And accordingly, for a collateralization rate for 175%. So now you have your loans here, and as you can see, this the collateralization ratio. You see that here, 882 in this case, and this goes down the more you are taking a loan. So the more loans you take, the more this collateralization rate goes down until it reaches here the yellow zone. If it's in the yellow zone, you should be careful. And if it's going below the yellow zone, if it's going into the red, your vault will be liquidated immediately, and your assets in the vault will be set up for auction. So best bid, it's likely that you don't get a good price for that. So be aware of that. And then you can, then you're owning those tokens. You will see them in your balances. So if you bought DUSD here, if you took a loan for DUSD, you will see your DUSD in in your wallet, in your balance, and then you can put it on liquidity mining. And then you are safe. So it's the same thing here as you are used to. You're putting it on liquidity mining, and then you're getting your interest rate, and you don't lose anything if the price is changing. So if the prices are changing, the Oracle prices are equal to the DEX prices, the prices on a decentralized exchange, you don't lose anything. That's why we want to work for now with loans. And yeah, I think that was it for today. Maybe, yeah, one thing that I maybe mentioned as well, if you want to come out of the loan again, then it's the same process in the other direction. So you're just removing the liquidity out of the liquidity mining. You're clicking here on in this case, the USD DeFi. You're clicking on that, you say remove liquidity. Then you are seeing your liquidity here. You're going to pay back loan, and then you can pay back the loan, and you could take out your collateral out of your vault again. So this is all reversible, and you also can close the vault, which means your 1 DFI that you initially initially paid for opening the vault will be put back to your balance. And you close your vault, confirm close vault. Fees to burn is 1 DFI, fees to return is 1 DFI. So 1 DFI gets burned, this is diminishing, it's just not there anymore. And the other DFI is coming back to your balance. In the meanwhile, my vault has been created. I'm giving you a short look into that as well. Oops. So, and then we're finishing up with some questions. So now here we go. So I'm clicking on loans here, and you see vault ID, my vault is empty. I can add collaterals, add token as collateral, and here I see all the tokens that can be added. In this case, I can add here DFI. I don't have enough DFI. I mean, I could add 1 DFI, but first I want to exchange. So remove liquidity. Let's start from the beginning. Here is my balance. This is my overview where I see everything. It's my balance. I go to remove liquidity, DPDBC, for example, remove liquidity, go to the max here, remove 100%. You're getting 272. That's fine. It seems a little bit of bug. I had to touch the slider here so that I can click on continue. So if you cannot click on continue here, just move the slider around, and then this button will be printable. So continue, remove liquidity, resulting DUSD, resulting DBDC. Okay, 79. Sign my transaction. Now waiting for the transaction. As soon as this has been finished, you will see in my balance, the DUSD will go up to 270 something, and the DPDBC will go up to, what was it? 14, something like that, or 34. No, 14, I think. And as soon as this transaction has been finished, I can convert them back to DFI. That's done by clicking on the asset, so DUSD, swap with DFI. From DUSD to DFI, I say max here, 1% in slippage. I cannot click continue because the other transaction is still going on. Continue. And then, so I'm moving backwards all my liquidity mining tokens to the tokens, and then I'm moving back the tokens, the DPDBC, the DVNQ, and the DUSD back to DFI. And then I'm adding those DFI to the collateral according to the description. So I hope, this was a lot of information today as well. Again, any questions so far? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how confused are you right now?
100. Can you say that?
Okay. 5. I've seen 5. So yeah, whoa, awesome. Cool. Bye.
Bye, Ching.
Bye.
Please be aware, we are no financial advisors. We do not provide any advice. We only share our experience, and our results are not typical. If we mention any stocks, funds and other type of investments, it is for educational and illustrational purposes only. Most people are unable to achieve similar results to ours. If you want to achieve similar results, you have to commit yourself to systemize, to learn and to stick to the rules.